welcome. Welcome. Hi, this is Mary Godfrey. I'm here with Practicing Everyday Creativity, Part 4. And I'm really excited to share with you. I have Debbie here today. Welcome.
Thank you.
We're here at Hobby Lobby, and we've been talking. She was sharing with us some of the things that she does in her house in different ways. She has fun with creativity, and she's going to share with us a couple things, one of which is painting some figurines, and she also paints on glass, and so we're going to talk about that. And what do you start with figurines?
Okay.
And just share a little bit about the types of paints. What kind of paint do you use for the figurines?
Well, I like to do outdoor figurines for my backyard. I buy figurines, and after a while they fade very badly. They don't have bright, brilliant colors like I like, so I use outdoor paints on them.
Okay, and with the outdoor paints, is it specifically noted there? And do you get them at like here at Hobby Lobby, or where do you purchase them?
You can purchase them at most craft stores. They're specially made for outdoor, so they have a UV protectant in them to keep the colors from fading.
Oh, interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's see what you have here.
Show you one of my
Step out a minute while she shows you.
This here was my backyard squirrel, and he had faded very badly over time in the yard that he was getting to be almost white. So I took the outdoor paints and basically very tediously I painted him and gave him some nice brilliant colors.
That's pretty. Now when you started with this, did you start in one area?
You could start anywhere. You don't have to have a particular area because it's a relief. It's not a flat surface, so you can paint one surface, say paint his tail, and while that's drying, you can go over and you can paint the little squirrel, or you can come around and paint some of the flowers on your basket, but you don't need to paint in any particular order. A lot of times I've got to touch it up. I'll paint one color and get it over top of another, and I got to go back and do a little touch up at the end to get everything the way I want it to look. But
and there's a lot of detail on there. And do you use small brushes for those small pieces, the small flowers and the eyes?
I use a lot of different brushes. Small areas I'll use small brushes. The bigger areas I'll use bigger brushes. One thing I also use is an antiquing solution that I mix with paints to make any kind of acrylic paint into an antiquing medium where you can put it on and then you wipe it off and it just stays in the grooves and it gives you a two-tone color.
That's nice. Now how did you get into working with this? And you brought another one. Can you show our friends out there in YouTube land the other one?
This here is my turtles.
That's cute.
He also was very faded, and he again has a little turtle with him in a basket, and he was same thing. We painted did a lot of antiquing on him so you can get inside the little grooves with a darker color, and you just put it on, then you wipe it off with a cloth, and whatever stays in the grooves gives you your two-tone color.
That's nice. Now, is this something that helps you in relaxing, or would you say you do it for? Do you do it by yourself or with others?
I definitely do it at home by myself. It's after a long day at work. I like to sit down and relax for a little while and work on one of my little figurines.
That's nice.
I've also done things for the house. What I do is go to the flea markets and I'll buy something that has very nice bones and looks very ugly on the outside. And then take it and repaint it, and something that was from the 1950s now looks like it's come into the 2010.
That's fun. That's really fun. And you have one big one. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get the whole view of it for everybody out there watching in YouTube land, but this one is really nice.
This here is my little children. This here I got at the flea market for a couple dollars. It was plain white when I bought it.
Wow.
And I took it home and I painted it up and used some very bright colors since I like bright colors in my yard. And this one here's got an interesting paint on it. All of the rocks have got a sandstone paint on it that makes it feel like little rocks. It's rough, and it gives it a texture and makes it look like real stone instead of just, painted rocks.
That's neat. Now, do the paints clean up like acrylics do?
They're acrylic paints, so soap and water cleanup. You don't have to have anything special to clean it, just the same as I use all my other acrylic paints. I have little paint cleaners work good too.
Sure.
And they wash off, and they're just as easy to use as any other acrylic paint. You don't feel or know any difference in it. It's just that these here don't fade out with the light.
That's nice. Now, how many hours do you spend in something like this one probably took you longer, but the smaller ones, would you say couple different times, like different days? Was it a progress in a month or?
I could work on them for a couple weeks. Some of them I do a couple days. I might have 3 or 4 going at one time, where I'll paint areas and I need to let them dry, so I'll work on another one at the same time.
That's great. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I'm going to step back down here. Now, thank you so much for bringing those in. And tell us a little bit about what you do with the painting on the glass. And even though we don't have a piece here to show you, but I just thought it'd be fun to talk about.
Well, what I got into was gallery glass. It's where it has lead strips that you buy, and then it's got little paint jars that you buy, and what you do is you put it on doors or windows or glass. What I've done in my house is I've taken 2 French doors and I've made them look like stained glass, because that's what gallery glass does. It allows you to take a window and make it look like a stained glass window. There's many different techniques of putting it on. You can make your own lead strips or buy them. I find it easier to buy them. And I've put them on the window, and then I'll take the different colored paints, and using different techniques, I'll either do a lot of swirls, and you can see the swirls in it, and it is not a flat, you could feel the texture.
Wow.
Every swirl in the glass when you get it done, or you can dab it on, and it just got this rough feel. So when people go up to it and they touch it, they think they're touching real stained glass, because it's got all this texture and feel. It's just not color painted on there.
That's fun. I'm curious, when you first started doing that, because it sounds like it was a new medium for you, how did you feel about getting into something that you've never done? A lot of times people think, oh, they can't paint or whatever, and I'm curious what the process was for you.
Well, I find that the gallery glass is very easy, because if you don't like what you've done, you can wash it off and start all over again.
Oh, that's nice.
A lot of it you can do on a flat surface and then peel it off, and you can actually stick it onto your window, and then you could add other designs around it if you wanted to do like the outlines of a flower. You can do it on your flat surfaces, fill in the color, and then you peel that up, put it on your window, and then you can fill around that. It makes it a lot more easier to paint on the flat surface than on your door or window.
Okay.
So there's different techniques you can use to do them.
And it's one of those things where if you don't like it, it's not a big deal. You just wash it off.
Nope, take a spray bottle with water and a little scraper, and you can take it off and, redo it. If you have it on there a few years and you want to change your colors or your design, you can take it off and you can have a totally new stained glass French door set.
That's cool. And I'm curious, because you've done a few now.
Yes.
Like, after the first couple, did you find it a transition in your understanding of it, and as far as the process going with it?
Well, anything you do over time gets easier and you get better at it.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
Exactly.
When I first started doing it, I practiced on a little piece of glass that was part of a picture frame. And
that's a great idea.
that's what I always do my test colors on. I'll do my technique or color on the little piece of picture frame glass, like an 8x10 picture frame glass.
And I've seen those at Goodwills and thrift stores. You can always get a used piece, recycle.
Any kind of glass works. And what I do is I try my different techniques on there. If I want to do swirls, if I want to dab it, And then I let it dry and I hold it up to the light and you can see what it looks gonna look like on your door. Do you like the color? Is it too light, too dark? Do these colors not look good with light coming through?
Sure.
So you get to have a little miniature on your wall, or you can hold up your little miniature, and that really helps you see what your product's gonna be. And then I take that and wash it off and reuse it the next time I'm gonna do it.
That's a great idea, and you know, for those people out there that are apprehensive of trying something new, it's the same thing with working on canvas. You know, you can dabble on a paper plate, as Deborah Kay said, or I like to just use recycled paper, even Xerox paper. If I printed something and I don't use it for the purpose intended, I actually save that for my paints when I'm painting and experimenting with different levels of water or whatnot. So that's really fun. Thanks so much for sharing, and I appreciate you coming by today, and just think of the different things you can do. That's, you know, outside creativity at its best, right?
That's right.
Okay, well, thanks for being here, Debbie.
You're welcome.
Thanks a lot for stopping by, and this is once again practicing everyday creativity. And once again, remember to take time to experiment, have fun, express yourself, and watch as the miracles unfold. Mary Godfrey from Arizona.